Their run to the final last year as good as any Jamaica has ever seen before, falling to Mexico 3-1. There are raucous fans entering the stadium, a stadium that holds over 90,000 in Southern California near the Mexican border. It's going to be a highly partisan crowd as El Tri tries to find its way through to the final once again, where the 7-time Gold Cup champions will look to take on the United States. It's 86 degrees in Pasadena as the sun begins to set over half of the Rose Bowl. By the time the game is over, it'll be shadows with the light illuminating from beyond the bowl. Underneath the San Gabriel Mountains in gorgeous Southern California. Two teams that reach this point in similar overall records. From Mexico, they come off wins against El Salvador and Curacao in the group stage. Their only blemish came against Jamaica in high altitude in Denver a couple of weeks ago. For Jamaica, they also beat Curacao. They finished second in Group C because they drew El Salvador 1-1 in their finale. And then in the quarterfinal, they were able to outlast Canada and reach the semifinal with a 2-1 victory over the Canucks. Tremendous crowd working its way into the stadium. They faced off this very venue just 13 months ago. Copa Centenario. It was a game that the Mexicans won, although the roster looks quite different for El Tri than it did at that time. Over 82,000 found their way into this stadium for that. And Mexico and Jamaica have quite the history in Gold Cup. For Mexico, they have never lost to Jamaica in this tournament. 6 wins, and then in the group stage, a draw. And Jamaica make good on what is a team with so much promise, with Theodore Whitmore, the 44-year-old. Reserves making their way onto the field. The semifinal comes with all the anticipation of a rematch. That 2015 final burned into the memories of these Jamaican players who made quite the run, knocking off the United States en route to the final before falling unceremoniously 3-1. For Mexico, they talk about history they can write all their own. An 8th title, perhaps just as importantly, as Juan Carlos Osorio is up in the suite level yet again, trying to make good on what is a disappointing summer in the Confederations Cup, and one that can be made right with a championship in Gold Cup over the course of the next 4 days. Andre Blake is going to be the one asked to shut down this tremendous Mexican attack. He's been tremendous in this tournament. Any discussion of the Golden Gloves require his name in the mix. It's a rematch. Will it be revenge? Will it be a reiterated result of 2 years ago? Mexico and Jamaica make their way onto the field for the semifinal, the 2017 Gold Cup.
Fans, the captains of the teams invite you to join in the fan pledge before the match. Check out the big screens to unite with your team in the state of goal.
Y ahora, aficionados, los capitanes de los equipos los invitan a unirse a ellos en el compromiso de los aficionados antes del partido. Favor de dirigir su atención a las pantallas grandes para unirse a sus equipos en el estado de gol.
Nosotros, los capitanes de las selecciones que compiten hoy, nos comprometemos a poner un ejemplo para nuestras familias, nuestros hijos y todos aquellos que nos están viendo. En el estadio nunca usaremos nuestra voz para herir, ofender o discriminar.
Vivamos en el estado de gol. Los niños estamos mirando.
We, the captains of the national team participating today, pledge to set an example for our children, our families, and all those around us. At the stadium, we won't use our voice to hurt, offend, or discriminate. Let's live in a state of goal. Remember, our children are watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Mexico, to be followed by the national anthem of Jamaica.
Damas y caballeros, por favor, ponerse de pie para el himno nacional de México, seguido por el himno nacional de Jamaica.
Mexico and Jamaica shake hands one last time before they meet for the second time in this tournament. A look at the lineup for Mexico. And it's a group that's made changes throughout this tournament, which makes the fact that they only made two almost surprising. Eric Gutierrez does move into the starting order as a midfielder, as they'll look to go three in the back, while Cubo Torres from Houston Dynamo is in the order where we had previously seen Angel Sepulveda, as Luis Pompillo Paez is the coach in the stead of Juan Carlos Osorio. Here's the way it's going to set up. 3 in the back with Ayala and Pereira, the 2 center backs, playing left back and center back respectively. You could call this a 3-4-3. There's really a lot of things you could call this in the end. Part of that will depend on where Jesus Dueñas finds his way into the field. Rampiti of Panama is the referee. The captains Hugo Ayala and Andre Blake. Here's the group that Blake leads onto the field, coached by Theodore Whitmore. Their back line has started now all 5 games in unison. The back 4 along with the goalkeeper. Only 7 minutes missed amongst that group as Elvis Powell came out against Curacao. They make just 1 change. It was required. Kevin Lambert is out due to yellow card accumulation suspension, and it means Liddell Ritchie will make his first start of the tournament. A look at how they'll line up. It is 5 in the back with Ritchie as the man in the middle. Perhaps he could find his way pushing up more to make this look more like a 4-4-2. But for now, a 5-3-2 is how Jamaica prepares to come to the field. For Jamaica, they had a 4-4-2 against Curacao earlier in the tournament and then faced Mexico in the following game. They decided to go to a 4-1-4-1 in what finished as a 0-0 draw. And tonight they decide to be a bit more defensive. A look at the substitutes available for both sides, and it is a nearly complete availability for both sides. The only player unavailable for Jamaica is, as mentioned, Lambert due to yellow card accumulation. They met in 2015, the Gold Cup final. Mexico, a 3-1 winner. They met in the 2016 Copa Centenario. They met here in the group stage. Mexico, a 2-0 winner. For Jamaica in the gold jerseys, a chance to rewrite history. They try and knock off Mexico in Gold Cup competition for the first time. The 8th meeting between these 2 sides in this tournament. The second semifinal underway. Mexico and Jamaica. The winner will take on the United States. The 2017 Gold Cup final. Picked up by Jose Corona. And for Mexico in the green jerseys carrying ahead, Alvarez. Crossfield pass. Pineda. In on Powell. Ran into Watson. And now Dueñas. Alvarez. Already a raucous Mexican crowd. Both these teams scored very early in their quarterfinal bouts in Phoenix on Thursday night. Jamaica scoring in the 6th minute. Sean Francis in his first start in the tournament. For Mexico, they scored just about 3 minutes into the game. Rodolfo Pizarro's goal proved to be the difference maker against Honduras. Pizarro to his left. And there's Alvarez, 19 years old. He's the youngest on this Mexican roster. Alvarez pushing ahead. Youth no impediment. Although he ran into Francis, play continues for the Mexicans. It's Guti. Pineda. Alvarez. Elias Hernandez. Hernandez toward the byline, ran into Kamar Lawrence. Touches the ball out, a Mexican corner. 3rd minute. And these teams met in the high altitude in Denver in group stage 10 days ago. Mexico led the possession 73-27. Hernandez on the corner, an outswinger, too far for Pereira. No reprieve for Jamaica, picked up by Molina. Pushed ahead by Duenas. Skip to Pineda. Duenas. Richie nearly took it away. Instead for Pizarro. Powell darts away from pressure. Romario Williams pushes it up the right-hand touchline. Maddox to the foot of Williams. Strict. Maddox wide. There's Sean Francis. He completely whiffed, and the ball scoots out of play. Referred to this team's chance to make history. Mexico, 22 of their 23-man roster are not rostered for Confederations Cup. Pineda gets it back from Pizarro. Lowe took it away. Knocked out by Watson. Cross-field pass. Going Lock Hernandez. Goes to work on Kamar Lawrence. Overlapping run, turns down Alvarez, lines it into Lawrence. Bouncing toward the middle of the box and skied towards Williams. Right ahead by Alvis Powell, right back, dribbling out of position. And now Andre Blake. Pizarro pushed out wide again. Pineda. Pizarro taken by Lowe. Still jockeying for position, and finally the whistle comes. And Watson seeking out Romario Williams. A real jaw-dropper of a goal last time out. Corona steers it to safety. Ayala for Hernandez. Sean Francis. He's able to track it down. Instead, Guerrero ahead to Alvarez. Now Duenas. Locking out the sun. Pineda brings it down. Got by Javon Watson. Hernandez on the ball again. Drives it towards Blake. Well, that'll be difficult throughout the early stages of this game. The shadows cutting midway through the goal now of Andre Blake. And just as Pineda had to shield his eyes, so too will Blake. On this really perfectly manicured surface in Southern California. Overplaying Sean Francis. As the head coach is Theodore Whitmore, 44 years old. Cubo Torres brings it down. Slid away by Damian Lowe. Attack still on for Gutierrez. It's Pineda. Driving on Powell. He shoves him aside. Pineda did seem to and a bit of Powell. So he went down. All Mexico so far, and yet that man has not had to make a save. The stat keepers say he made 12 against Canada. Not sure it was that many, but whether it was a dozen or fewer, he made several outstanding saves. Helped Jamaica through to the semifinal. Turned over in midfield. Tapped wide. Real opportunity here for the Jamaicans. The shot right to Corona. Well, the best chance thus far comes from Gordon. And an injured player as Gutierrez going into Alvis Powell. So for Jamaica, a brief respite due to injury. Powell did just enough to get that ball away before Gutierrez came in and cleaned it out. Powell getting back to his feet. The back five, Lawrence and Powell on either side. And Damian, Lowe, Jermaine Taylor down the center with Andre Blake have combined to play of the 360 minutes so far in this tournament. 353 as a group, the back five. Powell did miss 7 minutes against Curacao. Come off for a moment. Already appears like he's ready to return. Plays it back. Ayala picks it up. Powell has returned. Alvarez. Looking for Pineda. Powell. Gordon back for Lowe. Nice touch. Javon Watson. And Richie went down. Jermaine Taylor. It's Duenas for Mexico. Hernandez. Into the area. The shot for Duenas. It's kick saved away. The follow-up. Another save by Blake. And held on the end line. Hugo Torres took the last shot. Andre Blake. Two tremendous saves for Jamaica. Duenas the first. It took a deflection on the way, and Torres robbed on the second. Andre Blake continuing to make a really good argument that the Golden Gloves for this tournament belong to him. The reigning Major League Soccer goalkeeper of the year. Just his second year as a starter full-time at the club level. And for Jamaica, he is undoubtedly the man. Foul against Maddox. And then Williams the guilty party. And it's back to the Mexican side that have dominated the possession thus far. Ball for Pizarro. Cut out by Powell, right to Pineda. Pizarro arriving. And again, stalking him all the way through the box. Powell was able to take it away. Now Gordon comes down to Romario Williams. The break is on. Right through for Maddox. And now a chance for Mexico to get some numbers against this five-man back line. Hernandez does well to switch the point. But the header was right to a Jamaican foot and launched across the midfield line. The game does seem to have opened up just a bit. Tremendous Andre Blake save a few moments ago. All for Pizarro. Returns to Pineda. Pineda. Touch in for Torres. Out of his reach. What more could you expect from the atmosphere in Los Angeles? Both at the Coliseum and at the Rose Bowl over the years. The biggest events in soccer have found their way to the City of Angels. Tonight in Pasadena, a massive semifinal. The trip to San Jose in the midweek for the final against the United States in the offing. Herrera. Hernandez. Yeah, 4 runners in the box. Hernandez. And for Taylor. Corner for Mexico. Hernandez with the Mexican national team since 2010. 3 assists in the tournament. Hernandez. Header steered well off frame. Hugo Ayala getting forward at the quarter-hour mark. For the ball belongs to Mexico. Well, Alvarez and Maddox. More than a verbal warning in the end, although it sure seemed emphatic. Francis off of Ayala. Maddox. Maddox puts on the moves. Maddox into the area. Now to run it, but not for long. Lawrence, Maddox. Service that bounced near the edge of the area, up nearly off the arm of Duenas. And now the foul at midfield. It's against Richie. Well, Pizarro trying to turn, and Richie may have grazed the ball, but in the end did far more than that to Pizarro. Torres. Torres got it through. Pizarro trying to turn back to his left. He has found Pineda. Running up the touchline, Gutierrez. And out of play, a corner to Mexico. How quickly can they take it? Gordon followed Pineda. Now Hernandez will come over. 19th minute, another corner for the Mexicans. Hernandez off of Pereira. A throw coming from Mexico as Jamaica defender last to get a touch. Duenas. Hernandez ran into Francis, keeps the ball. Hernandez swings it in. On the turn, Gutierrez dispossessed, and now Gordon off to the races. Gordon a long touch leading him towards the far touchline. Settling now, Javon Watson, who plays for New England Revolution in Major League Soccer. Damian Lowe, Bebe Rowdy, North American Soccer League previously, now to the United Soccer League, the second division in the United States. Bit lucky there. Alvarez kept it in play. Lawrence. Tip back to Hernandez. Here's Hernandez. Through ball got out by Taylor. What a wily veteran he is. Gutierrez throwing on the left. Pizarro playing Pineda. Alvarez. There's Duenas. Duenas got service through. Big collision. And Jermaine Taylor wins the foul. Pinedo's been playing almost entirely on the left, continued on as he followed the center back all the way over. A very tri-colored crowd. Heavy Mexican sentiment at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. This Gold Cup semifinal. Andre Blake for Jamaica puts it back in play. Watson glides by Duenas. Powell looking for Francis, too strong. Gutierrez, Pizarro, feet kicked out from under him. And the restart, Hernandez played quickly. Gets the ball toward Blake, made the catch, and fires it into an on-running Gordon. There's a lot of space there for Gordon. Finally now Pereira comes out to test him. Williams. Gordon. A lot of heat on that ball. Maddox. Watson for Jamaica. 23rd minute. These teams played to a scoreless draw in Denver 10 days ago. Jamaica looking to create a chance for themselves, and they lost the handle. Hernandez. 3 green jerseys showing further upfield. Pizarro forced away from the ball by Taylor, who then himself turns it over to Alvarez. Hernandez playing through a flag is up for offside. Duenas rips the ball out of play regardless. And indeed, a very clear offside. Duenas primarily a central midfielder. He can play on the right and has with Tigres, Mexican national team in the past. 20 in green. Finds himself a bit all over the place in this game. By design, Taylor. Hernandez chasing Andre Blake. Lets the ball come into him. Pushed by Watson away from the goal mouth. Then turned over. Chance now for Mexico. Duenas rolls the ball back to his feet. Hernandez. Hernandez got the cross in the header. Saved by Blake again. Andre Blake, another amazing save. And again, Torres unable to convert. Attack on again. Duenas turns, fires. Off the back of Pineda. Powell lost it. Found it again. Powell never afraid to run into space. Powell fouled. And the yellow card comes. Edson Alvarez. The yellow card situation is completely turned over at the end of the quarterfinals, so that could matter in the course of this game, but not in terms of eligibility for the next. Here's Cubo Torres off the gloves of Andre Blake. Excellent reaction save again from the Jamaican captain. Alvarez, the first player booked for either side in this semifinal. Tried to step through. 2 Mexican players down. Gutierrez the first, and the other back to his feet was Pizarro. Alvarez freshly cautioned. Torres tries to give and go. Francis turned it over. As Lawrence couldn't keep it either. Hernandez now. Popped up away from Pineda. Now wound back across by Gutierrez. Maddox. Maddox going high. Well, you can see he and Pereira may have taken a full face full of his shoulder or his back. Looks gruesome a bit on instant replay when it's slowed down. Might even be a bit worse in reality. Alvarez, the earlier yellow card there. Mexico will get a restart at the midfield line. Well, Andre Blake has been tremendous as advertised. Mexico has dominated the possession as expected. Yet the result remains the same. These two teams in this Gold Cup now have played 117 scoreless minutes. Clips off the cleat of Pizarro. Andre Blake pick it up in front of Eric Torres. Well, Torres could have steered that either way. Tried to wrong foot Blake, and in the end, he made yet another outstanding save. Making it difficult to figure out which one's the best. I'm going to begin with Andre Blake. This may be international reckoning for Concacaf. He's going to be around for a long while. As Hugo Torres, a yellow card, clearing out a Jamaican player into the far side boards. Well, it's Damian Lowe, who often finds himself taking a lot of challenges, and the studs exposed into the knee of Lowe in the 29th minute. So that's a second yellow card for the Mexicans. Alvarez and now Torres as the wave making its way around the Rose Bowl. Francis. Powell. That ball lands right in the middle of the wave. FIFA well represented at this Concacaf Gold Cup. It's the semi-final of the biennial Continental Championship. There's Pereira. Seems no worse for the previous wear. Leading ball with no pressure, able to recollect. Now Duenas. Hernandez cuts it back across the grain. That clearance fell toward Duenas. And a bit sloppy Mexico there. It'll belong to Kamar Lawrence. New York Red Bulls man. Luis Pompeo Paez and his assistants a bit incensed. Previous issue. Another ball over the hedges. Another throw for Jamaica. Reggae boys on a 4-game unbeaten streak through the tournament. It's their longest since the 2015 Gold Cup, where they reached the final and fell to this Mexican side. Kamar Lawrence. Von Watson won the header. Chipped into space. Another throw for Mexico. Just 2 goals allowed in this tournament, which includes that previous 0-0 draw against Mexico, this Jamaican side. Gave up 1 to El Salvador and 1 in the quarterfinal to Canada. El Salvador game, a 1-1 draw. It gave the group title to Mexico. Not that in the end it made all that much a difference with the 2 meeting here in the semi. Gutierrez tossed to the ground. John Francis. Being waved back. Picking up a yellow card. Francis tugging at the back. It would be one thing if Sean Francis had made a series of notable fouls previous, but perhaps those simply went under my radar. Yellow card worthy offense in the end. So says the official. And a free kick to Mexico. In striking range. Will it be Gutierrez or Hernandez? Hernandez. Oh, Watson got up, put a head to it. Corner for Mexico. 34th minute. Hernandez. Blake. That ball saved off the line. Blake had been fouled previous. Like Jesus Molina went in to the Jamaican goalkeeper. Yes, Molina. Blake spilled it right in front. There was a reason why in the end. And Taylor did well to avoid what otherwise could have been an issue. The play had been deemed to continue. The foothills of the San Gabriels in Pasadena, California, the semifinal into the 35th minute. Through ball looking for Duenas. Lake did well to clear the danger. Pizarro. Pacey pass for Hernandez. Duenas cutting around Maddox. 10 behind the ball for Jamaica. Just Romario Williams in the midfield line. Pizarro dispossessed. Francis, good moves. At the pass, not at the same level. Well, one would think this is the game that Theodore Whitmore was looking for from his Jamaican side. Pineda slots for Torres. Williams. Contact and a foul against Mexico. Just 30 yards away from goal. Elvis Powell again driving across midfield of his own volition. Pineda not in position and commits an imposition. Well, this is a first in this game for Corona. He dove into his own net as Alex Lopez of Honduras drove an attempted Olympico toward the goal line. He was able to dive back and make the stop with less than 10 minutes to go in the quarterfinal. It could have leveled the score in that game in Phoenix. He's yet to be called on yet in this game. Taylor. Where will he go? 32-year-old from Portland, Jamaica. The senior man on this side with over 90 caps. Taylor knows this rivalry all too well. Jermaine Taylor on the restart. Taylor! Just off frame. And Corona dove over to steer it wide. Jermaine Taylor putting all kinds of power behind it, aiming low beside the wall. And a one-fisted punch away by Corona. First save of the game for the Mexican goalkeeper. And for Jamaica, an opportunity on the corner. Gordon left it short. There are 3 Jamaicans and 3 Mexicans in midfield. It was Taylor who rose up. Bayala playing Pineda. Taken by Torres. Hernandez driving towards a tighter angle. Ball across. Cleared by Damian Lowe. Throw for Powell. Whips it into Maddox. Maddox into an onside. Powell. Whitmore, all kinds of whipped up. What an atmosphere in Los Angeles. Mexico has been far closer to the goal than Jamaica. Ray Blake standing tall in pursuit of his second straight run, the Gold Cup final, after a bitter defeat in 2015. Pineda by Gordon. Pineda still driving. Pineda shooting. Pineda, who did score against El Salvador, transversing the edge of the box. Playing with Chivas, just 21 years old, signing a new 5-year deal December 2015. Maddox. The initial header. Got out of play. A throw for Kamar Lawrence and Jamaica. They'll have him throw again. Doesn't look like he knows why. Lawrence playing for Harborview before moving on to New York in 2015. He's dealt with some groin issues over the course of this Major League Soccer season. Was injured Copa Centenario last year as well. Such a promising young outside back. As Edson Alvarez prepares to toss in, Club America. Hernandez finds Pereira. Pereira again showing his willingness to attack from the center back position. Gutierrez has space now to serve. Instead, plays it way long. Well, Gutierrez, the captain for Pachuca, simply put too much under it. May be the new face of that club, one that won Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League a few months ago against Tigres, and that has seen Ricky Lozano move on PSV in Europe. Seems every transfer window this Pachuca player is the apple of some scout's eye. Many think that Gutierrez will be next. Williams Maddox threw his arm up, seeking a call. Ayala tagging ahead. Gutierrez. Pizarro. A back pass. Pineda trying to throw in quickly. The problem is the ball didn't belong to Mexico. Richie. Put a lot of heat on the ball back to Taylor. Blake. Drops down to Taylor, his header. Not enough strength to reach Francis. Hernandez. It is Pizarro. Hernandez. A lot of room now for Alvarez. Well, Lawrence did enough. I'll be called to task again here by Alvarez. Lawrence sidewinding it toward midfield. Hernandez. Alvarez. Hernandez. Duenas making his run up the right side. Duenas off his left foot. Played back toward the middle. Pineda arriving. Lowe only as far as 20 yards from the end line. All the way back to Hugo Ayala. Hernandez. Acres of space. Hernandez the cross. Diving out was Andre Blake. Yanking it down from the stratosphere. Andre Blake, the star of the half. This one. 1 minute of stoppage time. And he get his team into halftime. Level 0-0. The saves he's made, just fantastic. A double save in the opening 20 minutes. Game picking up intensity greatly from that point. He's made 2 more fantastic stops in the interim. Duenas. Would Blake be called to task again? Hernandez. Duenas for Molina. Hammers a ball over the top. Header toward Torres. He turns. And now a foul against Torres. You know, that official's face could say 1,000 words. We've had the same meaning. Lowe really did go in there and make significant contact. But on the other hand, Torres already falling down to try and get that shot toward frame. And we have reached halftime. Star rising. His gloves is golden as the trophy he may well hoist at the end of the tournament. Andre Blake has been fantastic. This back line led by Powell and Lawrence on the wings doing just enough. Powell, an attacking dynamo in that opening half. For Mexico, they possessed the ball. They had their chances. They were stymied by Blake time and time again. But they were the better side in this opening 45 minutes. And perhaps to nobody's surprise at all, Jamaica has played their game, taking that pressure, making the saves necessary, and keeping it level 0-0 through what is now 135 minutes between the group stage game in Denver for Whitmore's side and the first 45 in Pasadena. Halftime between Mexico and Jamaica from the Rose Bowl outside Los Angeles in Pasadena, California. And from the very beginning, Mexico did a pretty good job of controlling play. This, a rare counterattacking opportunity. A nice save by Corona as he got down to stop Gordon. One of two really good opportunities for Jamaica in this opening half. Powell went down, was able to help create before that injury. He would return. Moving forward, Andre Blake, one save on Duenas off Taylor, and the second by Torres. And Andre Blake in this opening 45, absolutely fantastic. He would need to make other saves, though, as this first coming off the bottom of his shoes, and the second through two players. Excellent save. Moving forward, it's Duenas turning it wide to Hernandez, looking for Kubo Torres. Would this be his moment? No, another fantastic save from Andre Blake, who's able to steer it wide with both hands. It's an excellent reaction save as Kubo Torres' scoring woes in this Gold Cup continue. Torres, a late roster addition due to injury, put into the starting lineup. We move forward as Jermaine Taylor tries a lengthy free kick from 30 yards away. Perhaps the best chance for Jamaica in this first 45 minutes. Driving it low beneath the boots of Eric Torres. Wide left as Corona coming over with one fist to punch it away. It did seem destined for the post in the end. Corona, no risk. And at halftime, it's 0-0 between Jamaica and Mexico. Mexico on their way off the field. Just how much did they dominate that opening half? Well, by possession, 67-33. Corona made one really fantastic save. But for Jamaica, Andre Blake has shown the heart of a champion thus far in this semifinal at halftime. Mexico 0, Jamaica 0. Jamaica returns to the field, a 0-0 scoreline through halftime. This is the result they were looking for. Angel Sepulveda to take his bases. Could he be a halftime substitute for Mexico? Jamaica, a defense that's been rock solid throughout this tournament. Goalkeepers, been a rock star. It's been a Hollywood tale so far for Andre Blake. He's allowed just 2 goals. He's made some really fantastic saves. Of course, these knockout stage games for his Jamaican side to reach the final for a second consecutive Gold Cup. Need to outduel that man, Corona. Sepulveda taking his spaces. He has scored game-winning goals in World Cup qualifying and in this tournament. If he were to come on for Kubo Torres here, he really did have chances in this opening 45 to break the ice. It would be no surprise. Sepulveda and Torres were in opposite positions in the most recent knockout stage game against Honduras. Indeed, Sepulveda will come on to try and test this back line for Jamaica. Aurelia, that was third stint there. 26-year-old will step in for Eric Kubo Torres, who's at a renaissance in Major League Soccer. Again, this Gold Cup game did not do himself any favors, including point-blank header that Andre Blake was able to save. Tree will move right to left. The green and white jerseys, black and gold. Jamaica will move left to right. 45 minutes, perhaps more, to find out who will take on the United States. And Gold Cup Final 2017, Mexico and Jamaica into the second half of play. Just that one change between the two sides at the half. So Torres is playing on a yellow card for the 29th minute. And that will not prove to be an issue for the Mexicans should they advance. Sepulveda was the target. Damian Lowe won it. Gutierrez. Crossfield pass. Not enough to circumvent the defense. Francis, who's dropped in almost as a fifth defender on the left. Molina. All numbers behind the ball for Jamaica. Ball for Sepulveda. Comes down to Pineda. Sepulveda pops it in the air. Plays it back. Gutierrez. Powers it over the bar on the volley. Still just 26 years old, 6'4". Out of the University of Connecticut, a Generation Adidas signing of Major League Soccer with the national team since the March of 2014. Andre Blake lines the ball beyond midfield. Alvarez draws the contact. Herrera. Ayala. Alvarez. Ayala again with Tigres. Started 53 games last year for Tigres. A lot of meaningful games for Tigres, including falling just short of the Champions League final against Pachuca. And with Juninho for the last 5 years, Liga MX. Herrera. Clear of Watson. Now Alvarez, met by Watson. On the run out, it's Maddox. Sepulveda couldn't dispossess the ball. It's Maddox driving all the way to the end line. Cutting back, met by Duenas, and Maddox single-handedly won a corner for Jamaica. At times they have struggled to hold up play, so if you're Maddox, why not? There's nobody with you. One player finally making a run down the center of the pitch. Create a corner from nothing here. Done by Maddox. 26-year-old from Portmore, Jamaica. It'll be Gordon. Gordon over Lowe. Bounces toward Powell. Powell's ball deflected. Contact at the edge of the area. Bombed out to midfield. Rising header from Richie. Brings it back. And now Taylor tries the left. Kept in play. Ball toward Maddox. Falls down for Mario Williams. Well, Romario Williams, who has scored a couple of cracker goals in this tournament, perhaps thought, why not? Powell losing a cleat in the field, just losing your footing. Is Alvarez. Look at Molina. Jamaica's prolonged offensive success of the match, perhaps, coming right out of halftime. For Pineda, the two Chivas teammates. Back by Watson, turned over to Gutierrez. Still a run out coming for Jamaica. Maddox waved away by Gordon. Gordon driving into the Mexican defense. Maddox chased by Alvarez, cutting back now. Has targets in the box if Maddox can get the service in. Maddox taking it himself up the end line, off the side of the net. Now Mexico will try and catch Jamaica out of position. Pineda. Maddox has come out strong. Open this second half, 10 and all black. Zorro. Held up the right-hand side. Hernandez. Duenas. Gutierrez off the chest of Powell. Powell tried to push it up the near touchline for Francis. Goal kick the result. Powell has played in California for Portmore United. Right back for Jamaica, played for Sacramento Republic in the USL briefly before being taken on by Portland again. Pineda. In on Francis. Pineda dodging Watson. Gutierrez for Duenas. Hernandez trying to get behind. Sliding in Kamar Lawrence. Wouldn't bring the ball back out. Lifted, looking for Sepulveda. Another one for Jamaica. Launched out of play toward the awaiting Jamaican substitute. Ricardo Morris of Portmore United is waiting to come on for Sean Francis. Francis, who just 2 weeks ago was traded by San Jose Earthquakes to Montreal, scored against the Canadians. So Francis finds his way off. Before Francis could run into any further issues, he did in the first half, picking up a caution. Pineda fires. Mexico trying to reload here. This is now Lawrence. Clever there. Lawrence. What's going on? The mind of Juan Carlos Osorio. Theodore Whitmore. Foul conceded by Damian Lowe. Pushed by Alvarez. The end line. And too far for Hernandez. Kamar Lawrence, quite the battler. Few players are as eager to go into tackles as Kamar Lawrence seems to be. Well won by Romario Williams. Romario Williams sends the ball across, setting up a shot right at Corona. First important touch of the match so far for Ricardo Morris off the bench. That looks very similar to the goal scored by the man he replaced in the quarterfinal match, Sean Francis, against Canada. Except it was Maddox who did the work. Cut back to the oncoming trailer. Jamaica now grow into the game a bit more. Powell. Watson. It's a ball off of Alvarez. Duenas. Uti. Pineda. Damian Lowe, the speedster. So Powell, the Portland man. Hailed from Portmore United. Yellow card for the trouble for Romario Williams. Stepping on Pereira. 58th minute. Williams goes into the book. Alvarez, who's been tasked with a massive job in Mexico. He's 19 years of age. Out of what is a three-man back line against the defensive-minded Jamaica side. Pushed out for Sepulveda. Sepulveda trying to get by Powell. Powell's got company now. And Sepulveda concedes the foul. Change now for Mexico. Enough for Eric Gutierrez. Gutierrez was an 89% passer in the Clausura season. Liga MX comes off. And on comes Jesus Gallardo, 22-year-old. Plays with Pumas Unam. Mexico has used 21 of 23 players on their roster just through group stage. Of this roster, just one returned from Confederations Cup. The back pass is a bit dangerous now for Corona. Pushed it away. In Gold Cup, Mexico has never lost to a Caribbean team. 19 wins and 2 draws. For Jamaica, they had never beaten Mexico, much less drawn them previous. Draw in the group stage. Maddox got the cross in. Popped over. Seeking out Morris. Well done to win the ball again. Morris. Cutting back. Kamar Lawrence got the cross in. Bounds down to Pereira. Watson brought it down. Chance now for Pineda to spring it up the side. Instead, stolen away by Powell. Elvis Powell was going for it all at the hour mark. Grona never really had to give that much thought in the end. But Powell hammering the ball toward net as Jamaica rolling into this game in the 61st minute. Jamaican side focused on discipline, staying compact. Gallardo lost it. Powell has really been phenomenal tonight. Elvis Powell has. Gallardo. Jamaica. Ray Blake saying, when this team plays together, we've gelled. Work in progress, he termed it. Take down the power of Concacaf and Gold Cup, the 7-time champion Mexico. Gallardo over Blake. Initial header, still danger. Duenas. Sprays out to Hernandez. Dropping for Duenas. Here is Gallardo again. Battling Gordon, driving in, got the cross. Didn't find anybody there. A little breath. Mexican faithful. We'll look for Mexico now. Sepulveda on the turn. Sepulveda is fouled 20 yards from goal. Well, Damian Lowe was the first player there. Javon Watson foul. Bring in second. The initial stomp on the toes. Inadvertent, of course. And the two getting tangled up. Well, this is Golden territory. Golden Coast for Mexico. It's a very tight quarter, this. Caucus of sorts to decide who's going to take this. Andre Blake setting up a wall. He has been fantastic today. Really magnificent throughout this tournament. Hernandez, Gallardo. Sepulveda will walk away. And now Hernandez walks out. It will be Gallardo or Duenas. Wait continues. To the Panamanian referee. One more matter clear. Duenas taking steps. It's Gallardo! Saved by Blake. Popped back into the air by Pizarro and cleared. How many times can Andre Blake make save after save in this game? This is an absolutely heroic performance from the Jamaican goalkeeper. One that may be lost to the sands of time without the result to show for it. Gallardo. Get back out, Hernandez to the back post. Before Sepulveda could get there, Juan Lawrence won the header. Well, right through the wall, and watch how he ducks down. Number 5 in green, Jesus Molina. Only 6'1", made himself about 3 feet tall. On the impending corner. There's room to shoot here. Duenas going back up the right side. Hernandez will go again. Duenas lifting it. 3 Jamaicans are close. Sepulveda. Goal kick. Well, there's no arrogance in that smile. It's always there. For a man who epitomizes this Jamaican side as a midfielder, Roy Whitmore's got the best young goalkeepers around in Concacaf. The adjective young may not be necessary. It may just be one of the best in Concacaf right now. Kamar Lawrence is down. Lawrence has played every minute of this Gold Cup. Whitmore, 105 caps with the Jamaican national team. Course of 13 years, trying to steer this group back to a Gold Cup final. Reaching the semi, a way of win over an upstart Canada team in Phoenix. On the back of that man there, Andre Blake, through the wall that Molina created a hole in. Under Powell. Will be thrown back in. Andre Blake. Hernandez. 68th minute. This game has lived up to every expectation. Rematch of the 2015 final. Has that atmosphere right now, doesn't it? Maddox has gotten through the defense, laying off for Williams. Kicked away. Ayala lost it back to Mario Williams. Now Gordon. Watson. Center of defense, 97th cap for 21, and in goal, Taylor. Gordon. Gordon on the return ball. Gordon was driving in, lost his footing. Well, this return ball, just a chip over the top. It's touched first by Gallardo. This Jamaican team had a team meeting after the group stage. Draw against El Salvador, said it would not be enough to play as they did in that game. They're playing right now. They do have a chance against Mexico. Power in this tournament. Use 2015 Gold Cup to springboard into Confederations Cup this summer. Ayala, Pineda, stretching out the Jamaican back line. Hernandez. Alvarez. Trying to take it between two players. Karam's free to Andre Blake. Lawrence. Watson. Taylor. Lofted ball that Gordon keeps in play. Chipped ahead for Powell. Through the legs of Powell by this defense. So it's Pereira. Well, there's going to be a discussion to be had here as that ball appeared to hit off Pereira last. Trying to make that left clear. Something that was going to change in the end. Duenas. Pizarro couldn't keep it. The speed of Jamaica on display now. Lawrence. Ball toward Romario Williams. Dropping it back. Clumsy a bit. Gallardo held up, yellow card. It's Javon Watson. Well, that on second glance, pretty clear yellow card. On the other hand, 13th year pro, rather professional foul.
Number 15, Javon Watson, with the 72nd minimum play.
Out of this side to Pineda. Pineda looking to pull the trigger. Instead widens play out. Hernandez. Back now. Hernandez. Not there. Elias Hernandez. Good try. Some kind of distance. Andre Blake, he has gotten European attention before, and in truth has struggled a bit at times in this his second year as starter. But for Theodore Whitmore's side, he's been nothing short of a superhero. A town built upon legacies of heroes past. In Hollywood, it truly has been a star in this semi-final in the Gold Cup. Lowe. There's Kamar Lawrence. Taylor. Powell in a pocket. Off the top of his boot. Go to Gallardo. The initial player dispossessed. Mario Williams, really seen his stock rise. Through ball, left side, perfectly weighted. Morris to Corona. Well, Gordon was coming up the backside, and Romario Williams was right down the center. Morris has been a bit of a spark plug for Jamaica. Well done through the legs to set up Hernandez. Gallardo pushing up the left. Damian Lowe coming in hard. It's Pizarro. Hernandez. Referee is right there in between. Waiting to make a move. Duenas. Alvarez. Guerrero. Gallardo. Pizarro's got space. Pizarro rung it wide. Looking for a second goal in as many games. That could have been massive for Mexico. How does he get so much space? And the Damian Lowe's credit, he was the player that put himself between the goal and the ball. And now, a short stoppage in play. A bit of water for everybody. It was a heated day here in Southern California. As a substitute will invade the pitch for Jamaica. Well, Romario Williams did play a strong game. Michael Binns will come on in his stead. Second substitute for the Jamaicans. Binns coming off the bench. Most recent game does have one start in the tournament. Gordon thrown down somewhat needlessly by Molina. Mexican reserve just ran onto the field to kick the ball back up towards the Jamaicans. So he's getting a talking to from the fourth official. 78th minute. Gordon, who's been great with Montego Bay, has a goal score. Gordon headed, saved by Corona as he dives over and makes the stop. Damian Lowe was nearly the hero. And now the counter for Mexico. Snuffed out, but a foul. Oh, Damian Lowe absolutely knew it. It was slotted almost perfectly. It was over Maddox. He got a strong header to it. And Corona palming it away at the final moment. What a fantastic save by the 36-year-old captain of Cruz Azul and for the Tampa Bay Rowdy. Arms outstretched and hands on head. Rather telling. Gallardo turned it over. Powell. Those two still going. And now will be taken from just beyond the corner arc by Jamaica. Watch this again. Corona becoming familiar with that post as he did in Phoenix. Lopez nearly snuck one inside on a corner. Gallardo is being watched now. Gordon goes flying. Molina. Foul, Gordon, yellow. Gallardo. Crowd cheering as the ball caroms into a trash can. 0-0 in the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. Group stage, ball across, looking for Gallardo. Bounces right to Blake. Keeps the 0-0 affair. The United States await the winner in Concacaf Gold Cup's final. Just 3 days away. Andre Blake, another save. This one bouncing right to him. Nearly the substitute. Maddox. Serving for Gordon. Did not make coinciding run. Alvarez. Jamaica, but can they get numbers forward? Make something of it. Throw for Jamaica, which in the end is probably even better. Ball staying in play for them. Alvarez will try the right. That's Lopez who came in for Hernandez, trying to pick out Gallardo. Gordon well to take it away. Clearance only as far as Pineda. Looking to serve. Well, this is right into the on-running Bins. They'll go up the left now. Chance for Jamaica. It's Morris off of Ayala. Injured player down for Mexico, edge of the 6-yard box. Is Jesus Molina. Watch there. Molina twisted that right ankle. Talking to's Panamanian referee. Well, this has all the makings of an instant classic. This one, goalkeepers standing on their heads in this Gold Cup semifinal. Jamaica trying to spring a mighty upset. Lawrence cutting inside. Now to Morris. Morris fouled. Look at Bins, the player who drove across the edge of the area. Bins was the one who initially tagged it to him. Now for Jamaica. This is all opening up. Corona has made the saves necessary in the second half. Keep the game level. And just as we saw Andre Blake make a tremendous save on a free kick half an hour ago, Corona, he asked to attain a similar level. Goalkeeping prowess. It's Gordon on the left. Bins setting the ball down on the right. Portmore United, he calls home. Now Kamar Lawrence will put it down. The whistle had already blown. One of the Mexican players had run up, so now what? Lawrence. Kamar Lawrence scores! Jamaica takes the lead in the 88th minute. Could they have just sprung the upset of the tournament? Kamar Lawrence, the man for New York Red Bulls, driving it around the wall and sticking it past Corona, who can only watch. For Jamaica, they take all the pressure. May this be their first win in Gold Cup over Mexico. Or can Mexico find an equalizer in the game's dying minutes? Mexico, it's been their game. Can they finally find the goal? Send this to extra time. Lopez. 3 minutes of added time. In the offing. The official has the board in his hands during the 90th minute. Flag up for offside. Perhaps the upset of the 2015 tournament was sprung by this Jamaican side against the United States in Atlanta. With Kamar Lawrence just driven Jamaica into the final against that same USA side. Time will tell now. Lopez, service. Snapped away by Powell. Corner for Mexico. Far from over. This Mexican side, they were the early favorites. So too early for Corona to join in the box, it appears so. Lopez. Pulled in by Blake, who was fouled. Lest we forget all that Andre Blake did. Give Jamaica a chance. Lawrence in the 88th minute. 3 minutes of added time. The goal that might send Jamaica to their second straight final. And hand Mexico a stunning semi-final loss against a Caribbean side. It would be their first loss ever in this tournament to the Caribbean. Bins. Off to Morris. Morris trying to turn the corner. It's Alvarez now. Mexico dominated a lot of games. The scoring touch has not been there the way that you would anticipate from El Tri. 1 minute of stoppage time gone. Lopez. Lawrence arriving. Lopez still driving. Diving header away by Taylor, who can taste the upset. Change coming. Sergio Campbell, 6'3". The Pittsburgh Riverhounds of the United Soccer League set to come on. That's enough for Darren Maddox. The spark plug, in truth, in the semifinal in the second half. It really was fantastic. Did he do enough? Sergio Campbell on. Lopez toward Corona. Still another minute to go. Pineda. Corona still in the area. Pineda. Fired downfield by Morris. There's no goalkeeper there. Corona now trotting back. Fired toward Blake. There's restlessness in this crowd. There's restlessness for that man as Theodore Whitmore just clinched one of the biggest wins in Jamaican football history. One last gasp for Mexico. Pushed up the line. Sepulveda. Goal kick. A couple Mexican players had already run onto the pitch. There may be one more kick left. Full time. Jamaica shocks Mexico. Kamar Lawrence scoring a free kick in the 88th minute. Andre Blake preserves the shutout, and it's on to the Gold Cup final against the United States. Absolutely the upset of the tournament. Avenging their 2015 defeat. It is shocked near silence at the Rose Bowl in California, where Jamaica has clinched a second consecutive Gold Cup final berth. They drew in the group stage. Mexico had taken the first 6 meetings in Gold Cups in the history of these rivals, one that's been awfully lopsided. But tonight, Jamaica avenging defeat past, doing one better, their Gold Cup group stage game, and defeating Mexico 1-0 at the Rose Bowl. Darren Maddox led a team-only meeting. Talked about they needed to play better than they did. If they were going to get through Mexico, Theodore Whitmore, his team answered the bell. And now for Jamaica, one last hurdle remains. A rejuvenated American side awaits This Jamaican team, for the second consecutive Gold Cup, is through to the final. Mexico dominates the possession as they did in the first half. They get more shots and more on target. Andre Blake, big reason why Mexico does not score. While Kamar Lawrence has the game winner in the 88th minute. It sends Jamaica through in what was a physical game. Full-time highlights, Jamaica and Mexico from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. And as they entered the field, one expected that Mexico would be the team creating the opportunities. Duenas off of Taylor. Blake, one save, but twice. This time stopping Cubo Torres. And Andre Blake featured early. The man for this Jamaica side, making a great reaction save after being a bit lucky having that collide off of Taylor and into the bottom of his shoes. Moving forward, Hernandez finding Torres again in the first half. Another monumental save from Andre Blake. Torres steering it in, 2 palms by Blake. Philadelphia Union goalkeeper standing up. Jamaica would get their chances as the game went along. An excellent opportunity right into the hands from Morris to Corona. Right off the bench, Morris making his impact felt for the Reggae boys. Moving forward, Blake making the save as the ball driven through the wall. Well done by Gallardo to test the goalkeeper. And then Powell getting the ball all the way over the top. Damian Lowe, could he score? Not there. Corona diving down, one hand keeping it out of the lower corner of the net. Could this be headed towards extra time as both goalkeepers seemed unbeatable through 85 minutes? Damian Lowe just a bit unlucky. And then in the 88th minute, Kamar Lawrence settling his team down, knowing the game was not over yet, but this would be the lone goal. Past the shoulder of Gallardo, Corona can only watch. Jamaica taking a 1-goal lead with just 2 minutes remaining before stoppage time. The biggest goal he's ever scored, the 50th Gold Cup goal scored in Rose Bowl history. And for Jamaica, it's a 1-0 win led by Blake and Lawrence over Mexico.